Hey guys, this is Team Infinity Complex's first box opening for the third set of Generation, Sovereign Star Dragon. Depending on how good this goes, we will see if I open up another box. We'll see if we can pull something good though. Let's get started. First, I'm gonna set up the box, because doesn't that look all fancy? Looks like I bought it in a store. We'll start with promo packs. First, we got the Hadar and Izaya Legion set. This set was actually a sneak peek promo combo from one of the previous sets, but it got reprinted and put into Sovereign Star Dragon. Izaya, the Legion mate for Hadar, actually received a brand new Grade 3 Legion that he could combine with in the current set. So, we're opening up the first promo pack now. I try to damage cards as little as I possibly can, but sometimes it doesn't always work out. Our first card is Flying Librarian. It's a grade 2 for Dark Irregulars that a lot of the Generation Dark Irregulars are stapling because on call it will actually soul charge and then let you draw, and if you have enough soul, even unflip. So it completely negates its own cost once you can hit 10 soul. Promo pack number 2. We have Famgall. It used to be Farmgall, I think, but I guess they changed it. It is a grade 2 for Gold Paladins that when it's placed on rearguard, you can look at the top 3 and superior call another unit. Really good for Gold Paladins. And next pack, promo-wise, we have... Come on, get out of there. Sorry, people. My videos might be long when I'm doing openings because, you know, I have terrible opening skills with promo packs, apparently. We got Stealth Fiend Lake Diver, a grade 1 for the new Murakumo. When you call this unit to rearguard, you can counterblast one to immediately get 2 more copies of him. And having 3 of him will actually fuel your main ace for Murakumo. Then it seems that we have a Shadow Paladin. This is the grade 1 Decipherer of Prohibited Books. Her skill is when you get to put her on rearguard, you can counterblast 1 to search your deck for up to 1 grade 0 and call it to rearguard. This works particularly well with the stand trigger in this set that you can rest to and shuffle into deck to superior call the top 2 as rest. So she can actually lead into a lot of plussing. And then our last promo unit from this box. We have Lizard Soldier Balog, a grade 1 from Kagero. This card I actually thought was really cool because if you successfully guard with it, then you can retire one of your opponent's rested units during their turn if it's on guard circle. Now, with no further ado, let's go for actual packs. Pack the first. Aw, I tore the Galaxyverse thing on my very first pack. I hope that's not a bad sign on what's about to happen here. We got Slay Me, Lofty Head Lion, Lady Gunner, and Gigantic Ringer, and our rare is Fujino. This is the grade 2 unit, one of the grade 2 units for Murakumo, and when you call another copy of her, you can give her plus 2,000 and the ability that when she hits, she unflips damage, and it stacks, so you can unflip multiple counterblasts if you hit with her after calling more than one of her. It's a really good unit. Personally, I decided to build G Murakumo out of this set, so it's nice to see it. Pack the second. This pack feels right. We have the Limit Break Enabler for Murakumo. We have a Liberator, some more Kagero. We have a Dark Irregular Draw trigger Endless Boozer. And we have a grade 2 for Shadow Paladin, the Scornful Night Jiva. When you call her to rearguard, you can counterblast 1 to discard a card and then draw 2. She's a much stronger version of Nevane in exchange for being Generation Break 1. We'll keep it going here. In case anyone was wondering, I'm doing this opening on my bed, so my bed is going to be littered in packs. After this, we have the Limit Break Enabler for Shadow Paladin. And then we have a Seal Dragon. We have the alternate starter for Shadow Paladin, David, who, when you retire him, counts as 2. We have a Link Joker critical trigger. And then we have Dawning Night Gorbaduck. When Gorbaduck is put on rearguard, she's basically the stride fodder unit for Gurguit. It's really good. Stride fodder units have become pretty much mandatory in every G deck at this point. Well, let's go ahead and keep it going. We got a Starvader, more Kagero units, and then we have a Dark Irregular critical trigger for Amon. And then we have our first triple rare this set, Spearcross Dragon. He's actually one of the underwhelming triple rares for the set because he is actually only played pretty much at 2 in the Gold Paladin G deck. But he looks really cool, and he's nice and fancy. I think I'll put him in my binder. He'll make for good trade fodder. Well, let's keep it going. See if we can pull even better. Dun, 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 dun. And then we have Lunatic Masquerade. Once you have your soul built up, this is a constant 11k booster or attacker, so it's really good for Dark Irregulars. And I'll skip some of the commons so that we can try and get through this video faster. Sorry to people who wanted to know what the commons do. Our rare in this pack is the On-Hit Stride for Gold Paladin, where on hit you can check the top cards of your deck and Superior Call, and then give whatever unit's called plus 2,000. So, not bad. I'm going to move our Spearcross Dragon, and we'll keep him up here as a friendly reminder of good things we pulled. Skipping some commons right now. We got Sweet Predator. This is basically a Generation Break 1 Grade 3 version of Doreen the Thruster, a key card in Old Dark Irregulars. I actually feel the need to show you guys this one. This is Barmaid Grace. She is a really powerful starter for Amon, because you can rest her to give a unit power based on how many cards are in Soul. She's almost the new standard Dark Irregular starter for Amon. And then we have our first double rare, White Heron, the Perfect Guard G for Murakumo. I'm seeing some pretty nice cards. She's actually one of my favorite Perfect Guard Gs so far. And then the next pack. Setting aside comments. We've got Succubus of Pure Love, the Stride Fodder unit for Charlotte. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry for butchering the name. I will refrain from trying to pronounce it in the future. But yeah, Dark Irregular Stride Fodder. Let's see. Next we have Another double rare. We got Mixed Deleter Chaos. This was one of the unexpected units because we did not see deleters really getting support in set 3, but they did. He's really good because even though his cost is a bit high for Counterblast 2 and Discard 2, his effect activates immediately placed on Vanguard to delete your opponent. It also locks all of their front row units, so he's really good for what he does. He's not limit break or anything, so you can use him really early game if you want, which is perfect because stopping your opponent at grade 2 and just throwing them to 0 power lets you get far more aggressive in the early turns. Now we have... Oh, Lord. Well, we did pretty good. I'd say this was a decent box. Because here we have the Generation Rare Phantom Blaster Dragon. This is a reprint version of Phantom Blaster Dragon as a Break Ride. His ability is Soul Blast 3 when a Shadow Paladin rides him for plus 10,000, and then gives them the ability that they can retire 3 rearguards when they attack, to draw 2, unflip 3, and then gain the glory skill of your opponent cannot guard with grade 1 or higher. His other ability is that when you place him on rearguard, you can retire one of your rearguards to search your deck for any card with Blaster in its name and reveal it to your opponent and add it to your hand. Really good pull. We'll keep it going. I'll move these guys up here. They deserve it. I'm pretty impressed that I pulled a G-Rare out of my first box. Makes me feel good. Sorry, a little pat on the back for myself there. Our rare in this pack is Stealth Dragon Runestar. This unit is a really good grade 2 for Murakumo, and it is their Amber clone. When he's boosted, you can Counterblast 1 to Superior Call another copy of him from the deck, and then it goes to the bottom at the end of the turn. Now, I'm slightly ignorant. I don't know if a G-Rare replaces your second triple rare in a box, so bear with me in my ignorance, please. Because I'm still holding out hope for another triple rare, but we might not get it, so that's a thing. What we did get, though, is Cradle of the Stars Stellar Maker. When placed on Vanguard, you can Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1 to lock one of your opponent's units in the back row. And when it swings on the Vanguard circle at Generation Break 1, you can unlock up to 2 cards, and if 2 of them are unlocked, she will get plus 3,000 in a crit. Which is a really good ability considering the lower rarity on her. Because it's always nice to have that alternate grade 3 in your deck that can gain criticals, just so that after your strides are out, you can still have some really high pressure swings. Up next we have, this card, Ascendant Liberator Barb Truck, a critical trigger for the Liberator deck. She actually works with bluish flames to improve the consistency of getting your Persona Blast unit for glare. Really nice. It's a shame I don't have Liberators, but still nice to see her. She looks fantastic. And here we go. And speaking of bluish flame related Liberators, we have another grade 2 Liberator. And this one is Berenius. His skill is that when one of your other units is placed on rearguard from your deck, you can give him plus 2,000 and he unflips on hit. And that stacks, so he's kind of like a grade 2 Bruno, which is kind of nice. Now, let's keep rolling. Sorry, quoting my poser friend. Oh, nice. We have Love Tempest, Kiss Kill Lyra. When she hits, you can soul charge 2, and if your soul becomes 6 or more, you can draw a card. Really nice on pressure hit, really good initial stride for Dark Irregulars. Right now, I'm mostly happy because pulling that spear cross really was kind of a downer, I guess, to myself, personal opinion, sorry. But it really evened out with the Phantom Blaster Dragon. And speaking of Shadow Paladin, our next card, Double Rare Karma Collector, the Unflip Perfect Guard for Shadow Paladins. It's actually one of the most expensive double rares in this set. We'll put that up here. So if my mathematicals are right, we still think I still have one double rare to pull. So we'll see what it is. We have a grade 2 for Kagero, Dragon Knight Ahmad. His skill is at Gen Break 1 when your opponent's rear guard in the same column is put into drop zone. You can counterblast to give him 2,000, and if your opponent only guards with one unit in the guard circle against him, then you can have him retire that guard circle unit and negate any of its effects. So he requires a minimum of 2 guard, and that's always nice, forcing a little bit of overguard. Oh, I think we just hit our 4th double rare. Holy Mage Quill, the Amber clone for Gold Paladin. The Amber clone for Gold Paladin, when you counterblast 1, checks the top 3, and Superior calls one of your choice to a rear guard. Not bad. I've seen a lot of Gold Paladin in my packs. I'm not overly interested in building them, but it's nice to see them. So, we may have exhausted all of the hollows that we are going to see in my box, but we'll keep going. There's no reason not to. I mean, okay. Oh, nice. Adroit Revenger. This one is a grade 2 for the Revenger subclan of Shadow Paladins, and its skill lets you counterblast when you Legion to give your Legion kind of the same ability that the Diablo Stride has, where your opponent has to retire a rear guard or they cannot guard. Really effective, especially if you have 2 of them out. Oh, nice. We have Psychic of Storm Rigel. This is the new grade 3 that can Legion with Izaya. Its skill on Legion lets you counterblast 2, and if you have at least 10 or more units in soul, you can retire 2 of your opponent's rear guards, and if you have 15 or more, you can retire an additional 1, so you can retire up to 3 units. Plus his once per turn skill lets you Soul Blast a unit with the same name as a unit on your Vanguard circle to Soul Charge 5, which is like the biggest Soul Charge I've seen for Dark Irregulars off of 1 unit, though it is very conditional. Next up, for some noteworthy mention here, we have Air Elemental Fuwaloon. This unit gains 1,000 power for each of your face-up Prey Elementals in the Generation Zone. Looking forward to seeing a Prey Elemental deck in the future. Our rare in this pack is Flirtatious Succubus, a reprint of a promo card. When she's placed onto the Vanguard or Rearguard, you can Soul Charge 1, which makes her a really good initial ride. And in this pack, we have Gateway Stealth Rogue, Ataka. Ataka actually he is the Stride Fighter unit for Murakumo. He will let you go and search out Yasui. I'm really familiar with every card in this set. I'm reading them for y'all's benefit for the most part, because I'm not sure about you guys, but the hype for this set was too much to not be knowing everything in it. Well, and as it turns out, G-Rares do not replace your other triple rare, because here's Gurguit, the Break Stride, as I call them, and some other people call them, for Gold Paladin. Kind of funny that we saw Spearcross and the Gurguit in the same box. But it's not unwelcome. I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy pulling anything, really. I'm just glad to be opening this box for y'all. So now that we're out of holos, we'll keep it going. We have Ambush Demon Stealth Fiend Ushimitsu Train. Ushimitsu Train is another on-hit stride for Murakumo that lets you duplicate one of your rear guards to 2 more of it. And at the end of the turn, whatever you duplicate, those 2 units will go to the bottom of the deck. We still have quite a few packs left to be out of our shinies already. Kind of interesting. Now we have Lady Battler of the Gravity Well. Her once per turn skill lets you lock one of your own units to give her an additional power. She becomes a 13k attacker, which is kind of an odd number for a lot of units, but it does make her able to hit cross rides, which is sometimes really useful. Plus, I suppose if you're boosting her with a grade 1, she'll make a 21k lane, and that's always an amazing lane number. Now we have Destiny Dealer. This is the Stride Fodder unit for Link Joker. For those of you who aren't familiar with my unit Stride Fodder, my term Stride Fodder, they are the grade 1s that gain +2 grade when you are using them to stride with. And as if on cue, we have Cherishing Knight Branwyn. Branwyn is the Stride Fodder unit for Shadow Paladin, pairing up with Claret Sword Dragon. I'm kind of bummed I didn't pull one in this box, but that Phantom Blaster Dragon break right kind of makes up for it. We're down to the last 2 packs. Keep it going. Here's Brenius again. Gold Paladins seem to be telling me to build them, but I shall not succumb to the peer pressure. Oh, I was wrong. I have 3 packs left. Good for me. Good for you. Good for everybody. More cards is best cards. Oh, nice. Earth Elemental Pucker. This is a grade 2 Cray Elemental. This card had a lot of comments about it when it first appeared, because this is a unit you can put in any of your decks that can unlock a locked unit. Really funny. And last pack before we finish things up. And then I'll be going over all the comments myself, because I'm a fan of comments. I was wrong! We did have 1 more foil. Apparently there are 5 double rares a box, or maybe there's 6 in the G-Rare replaced one. I don't know, I'm not good with rarities. But here you are, everyone. Dragon Knight Janad. Kage Rose Critical Trigger, double rare. Put it to soul to give your Vanguard 5,000 when it swings if it's Dragonic Blade Master, and draw a unit. So, that's fantastic. It's nice to see that unexpected holo at the very end there. Thanks everyone for watching this video. If you like us, then check out some of our other videos. We're probably going to be dueling with some Generation decks, hopefully in the near future. So, maybe we'll go to Worlds too. Maybe we'll take some video there for y'all. Thanks for watching, and keep playing Vanguard.